Good friends, after our enjoyable trip down to Scientific Lane, I'd like to move back to literature. Shakespeare's King Lear, perhaps his most complex and profound play, but I'd like to talk today just about the very introductory section of Act 1, Scene 1, when we have a meeting between Kent, King Lear's stunningly loyal and honest follower, and Gloucester, an old man who is also a very loyal follower of King Lear, but who here at the very introduction to the play is in talking about himself having had sexual prowess when he was young. I think old folks find it necessary to do that when they perhaps haven't had as much sexual prowess as it might help them to have. But in any case, he wants to talk about what a great sex partner he was. And he wants to do that with his bastard son right next to him. And he's talking about his sexual relationship to his bastard son's mother, who was a prostitute. Oh, Kent, an honorable person, refuses to deal with that topic in the manner in which it's being presented. Let's take a look at it. It's stunning. So, they come out, and Kent is thinking about King Lear having changed his mind about how he wants to divide up his kingdom. King Lear is a very, very old man, and he wants to divide it up before he dies. Why, we'll see later in the play, but right now, that's what concerns Kent. He's not anticipating what Gloucester is going to talk about. Kent, I thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall. Two of his son-in-laws. Kent thought he preferred Albany, who was a better person. But apparently he's dividing it up between the two of them. That'll turn out not quite to be accurate, but I thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall. Gloucester, it did always seem such to us. But now, in the division of the kingdom, it appears not which of the dukes he values most. For equities are so weighted that curiosity in neither can make choice of either's moiety. It appears he's dividing it up evenly between the two of them. Again, that's not what will happen, but that's not what should happen. But we go on. Kent, is this not your son, my lord? Gloucester. Oh. His breeding, sir, hath been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I am brazen to it. Kent doesn't want to hear this kind of talk. I cannot conceive you. Sir, this young fellow's mother could. Whereupon she grew round-wombed, and had indeed, sir, a son for her cradle, ere she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault? So he had intercourse with this woman before she was married, and she got pregnant without having a husband. Do you smell a fault? What does do you smell a fault mean? Well, it means do you notice that I've done something wrong? But there's also a filthy suggestion in it. Do you smell a fault? A woman has an opening in herself, which you might want to call a fault, like a division between parts of the land. A fault. Do you smell her vagina? Kent will not acknowledge this. I cannot conceive you. Oh, pardon me. Do you smell a fault? Kent, I cannot wish the fault undone, the issue of it being so proper. Do you think I've done something wrong? I can say, I don't think that's significant. I see the issue of it, this handsome young man, and I think that's positive. The issue of it being so proper. Gloucester, but I have a son by object of law, some year elder than this, who yet is no dearer in my account, though this knave came somewhat saucily into the world before he was sent for, yet was his mother fair, and there was good sport in his making. And the whoreson must be acknowledged. Do you know this gentleman, Edmund? Edmund. No, my lord. Gloucester. My lord Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend. Edmund. My services to your lordship. Kent. I must love you and sue to know you better. Sir, I shall study deserving. Two meanings. I'll study deserving of your attentions, but I'll also study deserving in terms of what that father of mine deserves for insulting my mother and me. Gloucester. He hath been out 9 years, and away he shall again. I don't want the kid near me, right? I can send him away, my bastard son. And then the king is coming. And the play takes off with King Lear and his intentions, which we'll deal with next time. Gloucester turns out to be a wonderful man in terms of his devotion to the king. But here, he's a suspect old man, untrustworthy. Thanks for being with me for the start of this discussion.